Straight now into the first round, which is the singing sprint. In this round, a member of one team sings a song as fast as he can, and then a member of the opposing team must try and beat his time. And I shall be timing them with a stopwatch here, and I'm going to be extremely strict with the musical rendition, the intonation, and so on. Right, we're going to start now with Graham Garden and Tim Brooke Taylor. Tim, will you start, please, singing those magnificent men in their flying machine?
Go on, Tim. Go on, Tim. Those magnificent men in their flying machines, they go up, tiddly up, and they go down, tiddly down. They enchant all the ladies and steal the scenes with their tiddly up and their down, tiddly down, up, down, turning around, fluting the loop and flying the ground. They're all frightfully keen, those magnificent men in their flying machines.
Tim Brooke Taylor with a fantastic 11.5 seconds. Graham Garden, can you beat that?
Personal best. Those magnificent men in the flying machines, they go up, up, they go down, down, they enchant all the ladies and steal the scenes, they go up, and they're down, down, up, down, flying around, looping, looping, defying the ground. They're all frightfully keen, those magnificent men in the flying machines.
Done 10.5, beaten by 1 second, Tim, so that gives you 3 marks. And we come over now to Barry and Bill, and we'll start with Bill Oddie. And your song, the two of you, is the hippopotamus song.
Which hippopotamus song? Oh, this hippopotamus song. Up old hippopotamus song. Keep the bottoms people there, the light of the evening star, and where the helltops are coming, the hell's fair, up on the main, the helltops know the realms is angry, sweet as made, my glory. Like the coolie, coming from the den, the hollow members, what on the old smart. Oh! Hey! Oh! Has he done it? Nice one.
14.5 seconds. So that's your target, Barry Cryer.
Man, glorious man, nothing about it, but cruising blood. Follow me, follow, down the hole, and then let's follow, goes man. All together, man, but glorious man.
That puts Graham and Barry slightly ahead as we go on to the point in the programme where I tell you that we come to the round called Garble, and in this round I'm going to give each team a situation to improvise, but the improvisation must be in Garble with no recognisable words. And I'm going to hand over to the audience to judge this one. I shall award marks at the end according to the length and volume of your applause. And don't forget that if you recognise any recognisable words, I shall be very surprised. We're going to start with Graham and Barry, and your situation is this: a Welsh nanny being invited to a German police ball.
Ich fiede doch Kinder, doch Hüder, die Hunde, doch Recht, doch Hunde, Führer, schön, doch Hunde.
Oh, boy, oh, wat ik wel leren. Oh, wat is er ook nog?
Da könnte sein, der Hunde. Oh, der wird es schon. Papa. Ah, kannst du?
I think Barry did very well. Barry did very well to avoid any German words, but there were 1 or 2 Welsh words in Graham's there. So
German.
Anyway, I'm taking note of your applause now. Tim and Bill, your turn. And your situation is a young Liverpudlian offering a lick of his ice cream to a neighbour at an Italian football match.
Why you calling you? No, no. Oh, loony, are you?
Just let me check that applause, because there's very little in it. while we're checking the applause, we go on to the next round called tag wrestling. In this round, I'm going to give each team the payoff of a story. Then members of each team will have to devise a story to fit their particular punchline. I shall then start one of you off working towards your punchline, and then I shall press the buzzer, and a member from the opposing team will have to take over the story, but work towards his punchline. I'm going to give you, Tim and Bill, your punchline. Ready?
Yep.
And Gerald has kept penguins ever since the mayor was beheaded. Okay, Graham and Barry, ready for yours? What do you mean, fruitcake? Said Cicely. A short back and sides is what the young master always has. Tim and Bill have had longer time to think out the opening of their story. We'll start with them, and we'll start with you, Tim Brooke-Taylor.
Once upon a time, there was a man called Gerald, the well-known penguin keeper. Gerald found that the best way to keep penguins in Attercliffe was to get the permission of the local council.
His passion for penguins was only surpassed by his passion for fruitcake, which he always used to eat outside the penguin's cage. This was a family thing, hereditary in a way, because his sister Cicely also loved fruitcake. And in between preening and combing and generally looking after the penguins, they used to eat fruitcake. Now,
No, this is not absolutely relevant to the main story. Which does, of course, concern Gerald and his friend, the mayor. The story takes place in the time of the Spanish Inquisition, when it was a habit to, not that Spanish Inquisition, no. Not advertising, I don't know. When it was a habit to behead criminals and traitors against the state. And it was, in fact, proved that the mayor had, in fact, done some very naughty things in his time. And so he was brought up before the court. The judge of the court at the time was one Gerald. Not one Gerald, it was...
One Gerald. Not, in fact, the Gerald of the story, but another Gerald who'd been called in as a replacement. The time of the Spanish Inquisition was also known for the terrible plague which hit Antarctica and killed off all the penguins. The good people of the town cheered themselves up by eating fruitcake, and Cicely,
A young girl in her teens sadly died in her early... I mention Cicely because her best friend, Gerald, and boyfriend, used to keep penguins in Spain at the time of the Spanish Inquisition. Now, there is an old custom there that every Friday morning people come into court and have to justify, does this will interest you, Humphrey?
Cicely had, in fact, died, and everybody had been so besotted and loved her so much that they all hired a medium and went to a séance, hoping they could speak to Cicely again.
And there, the lady who was holding the séance said, "Cicely, appear to us." And she's a pretty rotten medium, and instead appeared the mayor.
who said, "Hello, fruitcake."
Which, as we know, is the African name for a penguin. However, Gerald was not to know this. And he said to the mayor, he said, "Look, if I can prove," this is the bit I was telling you about earlier, Hump, that you weren't interested in, so I'll make it a bit different this time. Every Friday, people of the town had to come in and justify why they kept these birds, ducks, ostriches, emus, things like that. Now, one day, Gerald came in, and the mayor was in trouble. I'll tell you why he was in trouble some other day.
So they were, in fact, all sitting at the séance, and the mayor, as Tim quite rightly said, did appear. But the strangest things happened in spiritualist circles. The mayor was dressed as Cicely. Good heavens, everybody cried.
Good heavens, they cried. This is a pretty rotten séance, let's have another go. And so they had another go. And amazingly enough, they conjured up the mayor, the actual mayor, who was, of course, beheaded.
"Call me fruitcake," said the mayor. I hear a voice. I think it's Cicely. Nobody else heard anything, except somebody who thought that it was something to do with Cicely talking about a barber's shop.
But they were wrong. It was, in fact, Gerald talking to the mayor, and because the mayor was so nice to him, even though he had been beheaded, Gerald has kept penguins ever since the mayor was beheaded.
Yes, Tim and Bill get the 2 points there. And we come on to the round, which is called Blues. This round is the one in which I'm going to ask the members of each team to improvise a blues, taking alternate lines and accompanied, of course, by Dave Lee at the piano. Now, Tim and Bill, will you give Barry and Graham their topic for their blues?
The topless blues.
Topless.
Topless blues. Topless blues. Sing me about the topless blues.
When you're ready, Barry.
I'll get a job tomorrow, Mom.
Draw the line.
Woke up this morning, and I was thrilled to bits.
You hurry up, you're getting finished before they stop laughing. They need never hear the rest.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that, baby.
Better be a good follow-up to that. 'Cause I heard about this fantastic new attraction they've just hired down at the bar in the Ritz.
They've got a topless barmaid.
Man, you should see her shake her martinis.
Yeah! And it fits!
Now, we helped you. Gave you a nice, easy subject.
Thank you.
What do we get back?
Very easy one, this.
Barry
Yes.
and Graham, your
For
subject.
Tim and Bill, it's the hair transplant blues.
And that's the last time we help you. Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got this one on an old folk record. I remember this.
Just got to feel a bit at
Yeah, man.
You know, man.
So play. Yeah! Oh, this is gonna surprise you, pal. Well, I woke up this morning, found my head was all bare. The dog had fallen in love with my toupee. Don't blame him, though. Attractive toupee, but I don't care. I just put a rabbit on my head. You want to know why? Yeah. I bet you already do. Because at a distance it will look like a little hair. Oh, yeah.
Graham and Barry get top marks for filth, and Tim and Bill, on the other hand, the element of surprise was slightly greater.
Yeah.
Graham and Barry 16, and Tim and Bill 15. And now we have the round called sound charades. One team has to guess the title of a book, play, or whatnot from the noises made by the members of the opposing team. And the audience can help here, but they never do, but they can, by applauding when the teams are getting warmer, and by hissing when the teams are getting whatever the opposite is. Right, Tim and Bill, is this a play or a film or what?
We've heard it's a play.
Play. And while the audience here is being shown the title on a board, the mystery voice will be telling you, listening at home, what their title is.
And it's The Mousetrap. The Mousetrap.
Right, how many sections?
Well, there are 2 words, and the first word begins with T, ends in E, and has an H in the middle. The second word we're going to do in 2 halves. 2 halves. First half first. Shall we do that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. That's the first half. Second half coming up now.
Graham and Barry.
The China slap.
Very
No.
warmish.
Tokyo chop? No.
The Japanese hit? Hit.
Probably has been a hit in Japan, yeah?
Yeah.
A hit everywhere else.
So I was going to say the well-known Japanese hit.
I'd stick to
Think.
Chinese.
Chinese. Pekin Tom.
Well-known character in
Give him a bit more, give him a bit more.
Character in what?
in China, as you were mentioning. Well, very, very well-known character nowadays in China.
Give him a bit
The
more.
Mao.
Bob Hope?
The Mouse Trap.
Terrific.
The
Brilliant.
Mouse Slap.
I don't know how you do it. And Graham and Barry, it's your turn to do one.
Oh,
Audience
yes.
is being shown here. Meanwhile, Mr. Voice, please tell the people at home.
It's W.C. Fields.
You got it?
Dirty one.
Yeah.
Must be.
Right.
Always is.
A film, a play, a book.
A famous film star.
Famous film star, right.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Hello there, very old beauty. I see you modernize it in your farm there. Didn't ya? Oh, yes. You tell me why is you putting a lavatory in the corner of every one of your meadows?
Are the silly voices just for a cheap laugh? Are they part of it? Are they a clue of some sort?
No, not really.
Archangel Gabriel or something? You come into it.
Clint Walker.
Clint Walker.
Close.
Close, warm.
So that I can...
Your Meadows.
Meadow Lou.
Lou John. John. Lou Meadow.
Oh, no, that's close.
Lou Fields.
Nearly there.
W.C.
Right, at the end of that round, Graham and Barry have 21, Tim and Bill have 24.
Yep.
And we go on to the ad-lib poem. Members of each team are going to make up a poem. Each team member must keep going until I press the buzzer, and then a member of the opposing team must take over. This goes on until we reach a fairly obvious conclusion. We'll start with Graham Garden now. Yours is a Welsh poem. Mark well the omen, gentle sire, the ravens on the wing.
Mark well the omen, gentle sire, the ravens on the wing, and listen to this little song that now to thee I sing. And you may notice, as I speak, my accent has changed back.
Back.
And back I say to you, my friend, I'll sing this song, alack. I smart met Usman neeflem do, and Jabbat Usman die, and Boston doch and dach and da, and Boston.
I'm in a funny mood today. I often talk like that, you know. When my speech becomes slurred, I talk what I imagine is Welsh and no one understands a word. My father was a bard, you know, a druid, yes, as well. And up and down the valleys we went. My God, oh.
My God. Oh, blimey. Oh, well. My father was a bard, I said, and yes, that is quite true. And here's another funny thing that I will tell to you. Well, funny, that's what I say it is, but then others say it ain't. But then again, you...
You cannot tell. The truth is, I drink paint. When I come home after a day's work, I sit down feeling knackered. And there is nothing I like more than
Than a
getting
nice
to...
tin of lacquered. I've changed my accent once again, you notice, that is true. There's a little thing around the corner, and it's coloured blue. It's coloured blue because it is a thing that's seen at night. It sometimes leaps up in the air and gives a nasty...
Oh, I don't think that's right. I referred to a pot of paint, you know. This story I won't diminish. People say I'll die if I drink paint, but I'll have a lovely finish.
That brings the score to 28 apiece, and we reach the most exciting part of the programme, which is the late arrivals. This is the point where I ask the teams to give their announcements for the arrivals at the Policeman's Ball.
First to arrive, and likely to regret it, Mr. and Mrs. Cuffs and their daughter Anne Cuffs.
Also arriving is Mr. and Mrs. Cake and their policeman son, PC Cake. And his truncheon Judy.
Rapidly followed by Mr. and Mrs. Squad and their daughter Vice Squad. Not to mention, appropriately enough, Mr. and Mrs. Smum's Ball and their daughter Policeman's Ball.
Sergeant and Mrs. Bodily-Harm and their Detective Constable son, all the way from Cyprus, Grievous Bodily-Harm.
And Mr. and Mrs. Oh. And their son Al.
Followed closely by a close friend of theirs, Mr. W.S. This Then, who is, of course, what? Saul This Then.
And Mr. and Mrs. Ning Hall and their daughter Evening Hall.
Followed by Mr. and Mrs. De Copper and their naughty son, who is a disgrace to the force, he being Bent Copper.
From Cardiff, will you welcome Detective Superintendent and Mrs. Ulnine and their son, Di Ulnine. Nine.
Rapidly followed by Mr. and Mrs. Routine Inquiry and their son, Chester Routine Inquiry.
And also, in the legal business, Mr. and Mrs. Sitor and their son, Solly Sitor.
Mr. and Mrs. Pentonville and their worm, Wood Scrubs.
And while we're in the nick, and he can come in too, come to think of it, Mr. and Mrs. Mum Security Block. And their son, Maximum Security Block.
Welcome from Africa.
It is. Isn't it now?
Superintendent and Mrs. Olliwally Umbuckle and their daughter, Black Mariah.
I must say,
Together with her panda, Car.
Mr. and Mrs. Rit Service, and from India their son, the Sikh Rit Service.
Mr. and Mrs. Substances. With their daughter who gets about a bit, who's known as Cert Ann Substances.
All the way from Moscow, Inspector and Mrs. Igor Warrant and their son, Serge Warrant.
At this point,
Which may lead us to Mr. and Mrs. Estrates Court and their daughter Madge Estrates Court.
it brings us now to the point in the programme where Tim and Bill have had a runaway victory on that round. They're taking them right up to 43 marks and leaving Graham and Barry trailing at 35, but our computer has come up with the results of that earlier round, and that really makes the score look entirely different. We'll see you next week.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Chairman this week, Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello again. Well, this, for want of any mentionable description, is a panel game involving on one side John Cleese and Graham Garden, On the other side, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor. I have in one hand a sheaf of intellectual problems and a score sheet, and in the other a buzzer, with which I shall vainly hope to control the proceedings. And here we have the first round, in which the teams blend, or insult, whichever way you look at it, the talents of Matt Munro and Percy Edwards, singing a duet as animals, which I shall specify. I shall judge this round on intonation, expression, and diction. John Cleese and Graham Garden, you will please sing Whispering, that old signature tune of Roy Fox, which you no doubt recall, as a dog and a chicken. I had to stop that one before John Cleese bit a piece out of the microphone. Bill and Tim, your tune is Tiger Rag, to be sung, please, as a duck and a sheep. Well, on mature consideration, I've awarded 2 marks to each team and 10 to Dave Lee. Here's where I tell you that at the very end of the program, the teams are going to be asked to announce people with silly names. And to give the players time to think them up now, I shall be announcing right now that the silly names have to be appropriate to late arrivals at the doctor's ball. So they can ponder on that if they have a moment's time. And we go on now to a variation on one of the problems which we've had in this program before now. And in this round, each team will be asked, instead of reading an excerpt from the classics, they'll be asked to sing one in operatic style. And for 1 point, the other team has to try to identify the major work from which this piece comes. And we're going to start once again with John and Graham. If you will launch yourselves now into an operatic version of your piece.
And John and Graham's piece is She Stoops to Conquer by Oliver Goldsmith.
I have sent it to the landlady to keep it for you. To the landlady, the landlady. You did, I did. She's to be answerable for its forthcoming, you know. Yes, well, she'll bring it forth with a witness. Wasn't I right? I believe you'll allow that I acted prudently upon this occasion.
You must not see my uneasiness.
You seem a little disconcerted, though. Well, things. Sure, nothing has happened?
No, nothing. And nothing was in better spirits in all my life. And so you left it with the landlady. The landlady. Who did I very readily undertook the charge.
Rather too readily. She not only kept the casket, but through her great precaution was going to keep the messenger too.
They're safe.
However, as a guinea in a miser's purse. Boom.
Well, I was expecting a duet. There turned out to be a trio there between John Cleese, Graham Garden and Brenda Guthridge. And for 1 mark now, we asked the opposite team, Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor, to identify the work from which that came.
Hair?
I recognised the opera The Landlady, but I didn't get...
Who wrote that? Puccini's Landlady?
There was a rather...
No, I think it's
wrote
his
all this
mother-in-law,
stuff,
actually.
I would say it was restoration.
Yes.
Aside from that, which was the clue, there was an aside.
Aside, on that, yeah.
Now it's up to Bill, who's got an English degree, to tell me one restoration dramatist.
The Landlady, by Sheridan.
Yeah? Not Sheridan.
Not the Sheridan.
Not that Sheridan.
Not that one.
No. It's not another Sheridan, is it?
5
A bit
seconds.
of an old chestnut.
Can you come up with it in 5
A
seconds?
bit of an old chestnut.
Old chestnut. Jack Conker! She stoops to chestnut!
Well, you got your 1 mark there with help, and now it's your turn, Tim and Bill, to come up with your operatic excerpt.
Tim and Bill's work is The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde.
Where have you been since last Thursday? In the country. What on earth do you do there? When one is in town, one amuses oneself. When one is in the country, one amuses other people. It's excessively boring. And other people you abuse. The people I abuse. Oh, neighbors. Other people you abuse. The neighbors of yours are the neighbors of all together now. Neighbors, the neighbors, the neighbors, the neighbors, the news is the neighbors, but not the audience.
Thank you, John and Graham. How about that?
The importance of being earnest.
Can you tell me which act?
Act 1, Scene 1.
Is it?
Act 1.
Act 1.
You've heard that opera before.
You get your 1 mark for that. Level pegging at the moment. 3 marks each for each of the teams. And this is where we have the game word for word, in which I launch the teams on a succession of words, and they have to come up with words which have absolutely no connection. The other team can press their buzzers and challenge if they can prove to me a satisfactory connection between the words. I'm going to start now with Bill Oddie. And Bill, will you start with the word rocket?
Pimple. Yes?
Judo instructor.
John Cleese has a challenge.
Some judo instructors obviously will have pimples.
I would have said most, yes. 1 mark to you for that. I uphold that challenge. And now, will you
say that
start?
about judo instructors. I'd say it about rather pathetic people, but...
Let's not go into a discussion, lengthy discussion on
instructors?
pimples.
They're tough and strong, John.
To overcome their phobias about pimples.
John and Graham, starting off with John, I want you to start with the word sturgeon.
Elm tree. Lobotomy.
There's a challenge.
We've all heard of a tree sturgeon.
Yes, but never an elm tree.
Certainly have.
Elmer tree.
We certainly have heard of a tree sturgeon.
Yeah, Bill, I'll give you 1 for ingenuity there, if not for spelling. Tim Brooke Taylor, will you start with the word badger?
Ice cream.
Pickle.
Bucket.
Oh,
Elephant.
Tim used to badger his mother for ice cream.
Yes. I think I'll allow that one too, John.
Where?
It's obviously true. And
weasel
Graham
1
Garden,
point.
will you start with the word chair?
Clock. Elf. Backsliding. Spoon. Bucket. Belfast. Curtain. String. Wallaby. Greatness. Terpsichore. Oil. Randy.
Challenge there from Tim Brooke Taylor.
Sorry, it was getting interesting. Please let them carry on.
Could he go on?
It was
Turpentine.
No,
Withdraw
that
your
was a very
challenge,
boring
right.
interruption about Turps and oil, so I'd rather they went on about Randy, please.
Yes. And we have the rest of that.
Randy.
Carry on.
Randy, John Snag.
Randiest man I've ever met.
Objection there from Tim Brooke Taylor, which is disallowed on legal grounds.
Sorry, John, I said...
Bill Oddie, will you start with the word idiot?
Oh, sorry.
Objection upheld. Objection upheld, and that scintillating round brings the score to Graham and John 6 and Bill and Tim 5. How exciting. Now we have... Now we have a musical round, which is the one in which I give each of the teams a subject on which, on this occasion, they have to improvise a 3-line blues, singing alternate lines, and this will be judged for appositeness and ethnic feel. And we're going to start, I think, on this occasion, with John and Graham, and you're asked to sing a blues on the subject of Basin Street.
Well, I woke up this morning. I've been dreaming about Basin Street.
Oh, yeah. Only because I had such a terrible pain.
Where do you have the pain, baby?
In my feet.
Yeah.
Right there in my feet. Yes, sir.
So I wrote in some implication
To stop my feet from hurting.
that's sweet.
Should have David Hatch.
I'll reserve my decision on that until I've heard Bill and Tim singing their blues on the subject of mothers-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you tell more about mother-in-law.
I'll tell you about my mother-in-law.
You tell her.
Ah, yeah, baby.
Tell me about mother-in-law, Daddy.
I woke up one morning. And my mother-in-law came to see me.
Whoa! That's bad enough. Yeah, I woke up one morning. That's why I got the blues. Well, I wouldn't say my mother-in-law was ugly. But
She's got a face like $1 million.
all green and crinkly. And smell, baby,
Another round of those coming up, and we'd like one from you, John and Graham, on the subject of brain surgery.
I woke up this morning thinking about brain surgery.
I just lay there in my bed, thinking about brain surgery. Yes, sirree.
Well, I don't know what to make of it.
And I so laugh when I puts my head in the electroencephalograph.
And one from Bill and Tim, please, on the boat race.
All right, it's called a boat race blues. Everybody join in the chorus with me.
Make a nice easy rhyme that.
Well, I woke up this morning. About 10 o'clock, I had a smile on my face. Yes, I did. I smelled my... There's a novelty. You woke up this morning. I did too. And I went down to see the boat race. Oh, that's convenient. That's what we're singing about. Oh, really? Yeah. And I picked up an oar. And took her back. And took her back to my place.
These are fictional stories.
A round which puts Tim and Bill in the lead with 12 against John and Graham's 11. Now there's a round coming up now which I call, for want of a better name, Come Back, Mantovani, All Is Forgiven. This is where I'm going to ask each team to come in turn to the center of the stage and to play a duet on the violin and the Swanee whistle. And we have the loan of a Stradivarius from the BBC for this purpose. And the object of this game is that I have to guess or otherwise find out what particular tune they're playing. First up, I think we'll have John and Graham. Have you started yet?
It's finished.
That was the second movement of a piece called Silent Night, and I wish it was, right?
Oh, very good.
I'm going to give them 2 marks for making that recognizable.
Strings on it. Good
Well, he's bust one. There were 3 when we started.
Comic figures play with 2 strings.
Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, Stefan Grappelli. I'm a bit dubious about this one. I've got to put down 1 or 2 selections. No, don't do it again, please. Nola?
No.
Beethoven's Pastoral. Mersey Dotes.
Closer.
I still can't get it.
It was actually
The Beatles.
the Beatles from me to you.
And you can keep it. Right, well, that puts John and Graham now in the lead, 13 to Tim and Bill's 12. And we hurry on to the round of impersonations, in which one member from each team is asked to impersonate a well-known person, impersonating another well-known person, reciting a nursery rhyme. We're going to start this occasion with John Cleese, who's going to be asked to impersonate Jimmy Clitheroe, impersonating Alan Wicker, reciting 4 and 20 Blackbirds.
Hello, fish face.
Just tuning up. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of what? Rye, bourbon, champagne. Who would have expected to find here in this Caribbean island 4, not 4, but 4 and 20 blackbirds? bait in a pie.
Hello, fish face.
Go away. And when the pie was opened, the local parliament was quite surprised to discover that the birds began to sing.
Hello, fish face. Hello, fish face. Hello, fish face.
On and on and on. Thank you, and good night.
Well, on audience reaction, I think you get a couple of marks for that one. This is where we ask Tim Brooke Taylor now to do his impersonation of Lady Bracknell, impersonating Long John Silver, reciting Ride a Cock Horse.
Easy. After you, John. Thank you, ma'am. Ride a horse to Banbury Cross, and I'm very cross at the moment. To see a fine lady upon a white horse. She'll have something on her fingers and something on her toes. And she shall have music wherever she goes, and I go. Thank you so much. Still gives me pleasure.
Well, I can hardly bring myself to say it, so great is the excitement, but that round puts John and Graham in the lead with 15 against 14 from Tim and Bill. And we come to a round which is called a singing relay. One player of each team starts off a song, and he and his partner must sing a duet, but each one singing alternate words. Any player who falters or messes up the game is banished from the BBC for life, and not only that, but 108 points go to the other side, or 2, whichever is the greater. We're going to start now, if we may, with John and Graham singing your alternating version of Show Me the Way to Go Home.
How apt.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may
Give you 6 out of 108 for that. Bill and Tim, you're going to be asked to sing your alternating version of the Woodpecker song.
Ha 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 ha. That's the Woody Woodpecker song. Ha 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 ha. He's appalling. God.
Well, you didn't get as far as the others. You can regain. You can regain some marks if you can manage to sing that one at twice the tempo. Bill Oddie and the late Tim Brooke Taylor, surprisingly enough, putting themselves in the lead there with a score of 22 over John and Graham's 21. You have a chance now to make up the score, because this is where we come to the time when I ask the teams in turn to announce the late arrivals at the Doctor's Ball. We'll start on this occasion with your team, Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie. Away you go.
Introducing the first visitor to the medical ball. I wish I were dead already. Mr. and Mrs. Pathetic. And their daughter, Annie. Pathetic. How about pathetic?
John, please.
Pathetic. Mr.
and Mrs. Dinderhead and their son, Carl Dinderhead.
The next arrival at the doctor's ball from the north of England with a northern accent, Uncle Biotic and Antibiotic.
Graham?
Mr. and Mrs. Ake and their son, Tommy Ake.
And a late arrival, Mr. and Mrs. Cillin and their daughter, Penelope.
Penelope! So familiar. Penny. Any advance on Penelope Silly?
Mr. and Mrs. Owen Agnosis. And their son, Emrys Agnosis.
Closely followed by a couple from Africa. Except that their son's been anglicised a bit, educated at Oxford. Mr. and Mrs. Nicological Ward and their son, Guy Nicological Ward.
And
also, from last week, Farmer Giles and his chicken pox.
Score at the moment.
Mr. and Mrs. Aritas and their son.
A very popular lad.
Everyone knows it.
Don't stop, we've got plenty of time. This is where the score is.
And finally, Mr. and Mrs. Fisherlim and their son, Artie Fisherleg.
Which brings the score.
Mr. and Mrs. Kitis and their son, Brian Kitis.
To a win for John Cleese and Graham Garden. For 32 and 1/16 over Tim and Bill with a score of 33. And now, and you can work that one out. It's time for me to say that it's the end of our session for tonight, and on behalf of our musical accompanist, David Lee, John Cleese and Graham Garden, Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie, and me,
Geographer and their son, Raymond.
and me, Humphrey. I'm now going on a 6-month holiday, Lyttelton. Goodbye now.
Once more, Humphrey Lyttelton says goodbye on behalf of Tim Brooke Taylor, John Cleese, Graham Garden, and Bill Oddie. Dave Lee was at the piano, and the producer was John Castles.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is David Thurman, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to the program that prompted John Logie Baird to invent television. The two teams are Barry Clown and Graham Garden. And Tim Brooke Taylor and Jonathan Inn. Jonathan Lynn, being the newcomer, is the only one, including myself, who knows the rules. The scoring today will be slightly different as we're now using the international rules as agreed under the Geneva Convention. Right. And the first game we have is one that's called Last Episode. And this is the one where I ask the teams in order to put the last nail in the coffin of a long-running radio or television series and to close it in one line. We're going to start with you, Graham Garden. And will you put the last line for Washington Behind Closed Doors? Thank you, Graham. And incidentally, that was David Furman who played the theme tune. Tim, your show is The Two Ronnies. Finish that off.
So it's a good night from me, and it's a good night from her. Oh, what a giveaway.
Barry, yours is slightly unnecessary, but I want you to put the final coup de grace to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Now over to Angela. Thank you, be dad, be Jesus. And now, now the German entry coming on the stage. It's Heinz Kleinkraut with the Horst Wessel song.
And Jonathan Lynn, your one is Enemy at the Door.
Frog. Oh no.
Boo! Right, well, level pegging so far, and now where I'm going to ask the teams to think up announcements for late arrivals later on in the programme. Late arrivals at the Vets Ball. Vets Ball. Now a game called Good News, Bad News, and this is where one team has to announce a piece of good news and the others have to provide the accompanying bad news. We go back and forth between the good news and the bad news until I press the buzzer, which is about the best news that you'll hear. And we're going to start now with you, Graham.
Good news, my wife has changed her appearance.
The bad news is she's growing a moustache.
The good news is in our window box.
Bad news is she's grown a geranium on her upper lip.
And the good news is it won first prize at the Chelsea Class.
Yeah, well, we'll give you the first prize for that. And Graham, we're going to ask you to start again, as you were so brilliant in that last round.
Oh, I know. The good news is that David Frost has just proposed marriage.
Bad news is Princess Margaret has turned him down.
The good news is Richard Nixon's accepted him on the rebound.
The bad news is Richard doesn't want children.
The good news is neither does David.
The bad news is it's too late anyway.
I'll press my buzzer again. Okay, Barry, you start it off now.
We'll go deaf.
Yes. The good news is it stopped raining.
Oh, fascinating. Where does he get a money in that? That's the way you tell us that.
Do leave off
Bad news. Bad news is it always does just before an earthquake.
The good news is I'm flying out of the country in a minute.
Bad news is the earthquake is going to be at Heathrow Airport.
Never mind all that. The the good news is Freddie Laker has introduced cheap flights to Australia.
The bad news is Freddie Laker's also introduced cheap fries from Australia.
He's settling in well. Too well.
The good news is that Nicholas Parsons is retiring.
The bad news is he's going into show business.
Good news, there's a human cannonball.
Bad news, he's just been fired.
That's
bad news?
Won't hear a word against him.
I think the best thing, teams, is for you to tell me when you want to stop.
We're begging
We want to
all the
stop.
way
Yes,
through.
we want to stop.
Because ever since that crack about Princess Margaret, we've been off the air anyway.
That wasn't the Princess Margaret.
No.
God bless her.
And we go on to the round which we called sound charades. And I want your attention. This is so complicated. Because what happens is that I'm going to ask one team to make noises, and the other team has to guess what those noises mean. And the audience is let into the secret by our secret voice, and the audience in the studio has a blackboard. We used to have a special kind of electronic machine here, but times are hard. And they'll be told what the answer is on that. It'll either be a play, a book, a film, or whatever. I'm going to start with you, Tim and Jonathan, and we'd like to know whether it's a film or a book or TV or what.
Well, it's a film as far as I know. I don't know if there is a book of it.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I think there is, but it'll be a follow-up book.
Okay.
I would imagine.
And for you listening at home, here it is.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I'm sorry, we weren't listening. What was that?
Sorry, we weren't talking.
Oh.
Right.
15 all.
Right, if you tell them how many words, please, Tim.
I think it's 6.
6.
Yes.
6. And it's a film.
Yes. Mainly.
Right, let's have your charade.
Oh, that was a new thing. Oh, so was that. Oh, so was that.
3 flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Seagulls over Sorrento.
Poor old Sorrento.
Starring George Seagull.
Ross.
And Albert Ross. Yes. Sorry.
Time's up.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. 6 words. No.
I know what it is. It was Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah. And Graham and Barry, you're going to do another one now. And this one, I happen to know is a film. And for you listening at home, this is what it is.
The Cane Mutiny.
And a book, wasn't it?
And a book as well.
The book, yes. The play was called something different.
Might have been a TV too, I know.
And it was also a takeaway Chinese meal.
Sorry.
How many letters?
It's a film. How many letters?
How many words?
We don't get any mail on this programme.
How many words, Barry?
A film based on a play based on a book,
Yes.
and the play was called something different.
The play was called something different, just to help you.
How many words?
3. Including
Whatever
an article.
Lola wants.
Pardon?
No. Just
Oh.
turn.
Okay, let's have your charade.
Trying to do an unknown winner.
Now I'm going to give all of you 6 of the best.
You're not caning me,
No,
sir.
no, don't come near me with that cane.
I'll have none of that cane, sir. You'll have a mutiny on your head.
Whatever you do not cane us mutineers.
We mutineers say no more cane. Cane? Mutiny!
Mutiny on the Bounty.
Nearly.
Raising Cain. No.
Cain and Abel.
Sugar.
We're getting here.
Sugar. Cain.
Think of Cain and mutiny.
But don't get misled.
The mutinous Cain.
The mutineers Cain. Could we hear it again? No. Oh.
I think we have to give up on this, don't you, Tim?
Do it again, Paul.
How many words was it?
3.
It's obviously not the Cain mutiny, otherwise...
Would you like to do it again? Do it again for them. Barry and Graham, do it again for them. They're a little bit slow.
Hello, Graham.
Hello, Barry, old bean.
Nice to see you.
Well, I'm certainly not going to cut any more of this sugar-bearing crop.
Cane mutiny?
Yes!
Well, why didn't you do it in the first place?
You can't win them all.
Sorry, I thought you said school for scandal. Sorry.
That round leaves Graham and Barry struggling a bit, but it's early days yet.
They all say that, sir.
I don't believe that.
I don't mind what you believe. We're going on to the next round. And it's that old favourite, Mornington Crescent. And teams, the wild...
Oh, thank goodness.
Listen, teams, the wild letter is M.
M?
Oh, great.
M for Mornington Crescent Hall.
M.
No, M generally. Who's starting? Sorry.
Oh, I don't mind.
Would you like to start?
Jonathan, start this one.
Gloucester Walk.
Ooh.
Euston Road.
Cricklewood Broadway.
Crickle.
Cricklewood.
Oh, Wood.
There's no M there.
Oxford Street.
Pardon?
Oxford Street. No, you think about it.
Oxford
I know what
Circus.
you're thinking there.
Oxford Circus.
Pall Mall.
Lavender Hill.
The Mall. Oh. Oh. No. Oh, you don't. Stop it.
Morningside Drive.
Primrose Hill.
Deansgate, Manchester.
Mornington Crescent.
Yes.
Yes, Barry.
Is that actually... I suppose it is fair.
Well, there's
No,
a tense
because-
moment in the middle of that game, but
Because John
Barry
didn't do
won
it
that
last time
one.
round.
And we come to the section which is called Blues. This is where one of the teams gives the opposite team a topic for a blues. I want you to start singing the blues, Barry and Graham. Will you give them a topic, please, Tim and Jonathan?
Yes. The Psychiatrist Couch Blues.
The Psychiatrist Couch Blues.
I woke up this morning thinking I was a dog. Ouch. I said, ouch, man, you hear me say ouch, then ouch, ouch. So I rushed off to the psychiatrist right away with great dispatch, 'cause I ain't no slouch. With the greatest dispatch. With the greatest dispatch. That you ain't no slouch. Ain't no slouch. Get up on my couch, said the psychiatrist. I said, I ain't allowed upon the couch.
Because I think I'm a dog.
Too glossy.
Okay, Barry and Graham, give a topic now for Tim and Jonathan.
Broadcasting Parliament.
Excellent.
Well, I woke up this morning.
Yes, you did.
I listened to the broadcasting of Parliament on the BBC.
Quite right, too, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! They were shouting about education. Woo! And whether or not it should be free. It should be free. It should be free. Ah, it should be free. Ah, that's it.
Then they had to adjourn the debate.
When their mummies and daddies came to take them home for tea.
Oh, yeah.
A brave attempt.
Well, Barry and Graham win that round, judging from the applause of the
Yes,
audience.
yes.
And I think we should have
So
some
true.
applause for David Furman.
Only
It
man
now
who can
transpires
bowl.
that David Furman has won that round. He got more applause than either of you. Right. Now, teams, this is where I ask you to announce your late arrivals for the Vets Ball. It's an open contest. Anyone can start.
So open, there was a draft.
Will you welcome, please? You can bring yourself. So
Good on faces, no good on names.
Mr. Mr. and Mrs. Yuncat and their son, Perth Yuncat. Oh, he didn't stay long.
If you welcome, please, before anybody else brings him in, Mr. and Mrs. Malhusbandry and their daughter Annie Malhusbandry.
Oh, there's Mr. and Mrs. Harriet and their son, James. Clever, that one. Clever,
Mr.
think
Mrs.
about it.
Mr. and Mrs. Martins and their son Bob.
Bees and their twin sons, Wally Bees and Ray Bees.
Also from Australasia, Mr. and Mrs.
What do you mean all five?
Wallabies.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Guru and their son Ken Guru. Mr. and Mrs. Nian and their son from Britain, Pommy Ray Nian. And his duck, Bill de Platypus.
And also from Australia, Mr. and Mrs. Matosis and their daughter Mitzi Matosis.
We have a lot to blame the colonies for.
And her chum, Anthrax.
Welcome, please, the widow, Mrs. Clare, this animal unfit to run, and her daughter, Ida Clare, this animal unfit to run.
And also Mr. and Mrs. Min Deficiency Anemia and their daughter Vitamin Deficiency Anemia. And from America, Mr. and Mrs. Ringe and their son Cy Ringe.
And from Ricelip, Mr. and Mrs. Potamus and their dropout son, the Hippie-Potamus.
Oh, there's George Shearing and his wife Sheep.
Mr. and Mrs. Wobbles and their dog, the Collie Wobbles.
And here's Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Taylor Coleridge and their parrot Keats.
Excellent.
From Russia, Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Hours and their son Serge Eddie Hours.
Oh, there's Ivor Gelding. Sorry.
Mr. and Mrs. Sation and their son Al.
Mr. and Mrs. Russell Terrier and their son Jack.
Oh, I thought he came with me. Never mind.
I think this is
Mr. and Mrs. has two humps as opposed to a camel. And their son, the musician, drummer Terry, has two humps.
Oh, be upstanding, please. Her worship, the mayor.
Is that it?
I think it's probably the first time since this series started that nobody seems to have scored any marks at all. So, ladies and gentlemen...
Eric Heffer? Oh, no.
Until next time, from all of us, goodbye.
Harry Cryer, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke Taylor and Jonathan Lynn were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with David Fairman setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by Geoffrey Perkins.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello again and welcome to the programme in which the cut and thrust of volatile debate fuses with the explosive shafts of sparkling wit in equal parts to form an unparalleled load of rubbish. Let me introduce the two teams. On my left, Barry Cryer and Graham Garden. On my right, Tim Brooke Taylor and Willie Rushton. They play a series of games which are utterly pointless until I award points, which I do, as you know, every other week. And the first round we're going to play is the one we call Last Episode. In this round, the aim is to put the last nail in the coffin of a long-running radio or television show and close the series in one line. Colin Sell will play the theme music, and I will award points for something. Barry Cryer is going to start. And Barry, we want you to put the final line to Dad's Army.
Captain Mainwaring, what happens if a doodlebug comes right in here through the window?
Stupid boy.
Excellent. Oh.
Willie Ruskin, will you put the final line, please, to upstairs, downstairs?
Rose, we're moving to a bungalow.
Yes, well done, Willie. That puts you in a virtually unassailable position. Graham Garden.
Not entirely, I'm still anybody's.
So you are.
I want no part of it. Oh, I don't know.
Graham Garden.
That's funny, Hump.
Graham, will you put the final line to Blue Peter, please?
Well, today on Blue Peter, we're going to see what we can all get up to with a sledgehammer and half a dozen tortoises.
Tim Brooke Taylor, you've got a job on your hands. We want you to put the final line to Star Trek.
Mr. Spock. Yes, Captain.
It could be, then.
Those ears, I find them curiously attractive.
And at this point in the program, I ask you to believe that I introduce a round that's played at the end of the program to give the teams time to think of names for people arriving at the estate agents' ball. Have you got that, teams? The estate agents' ball. Right. We have to move on now to sound charades, and this is where one team has to make noises and the other team must guess what they mean. It's otherwise known as I'm sorry I haven't a clue. A board will tell the audience what the charade the teams are doing, and a misty voice will tell you at home.
Graham and Barry's charade is Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry.
And you have to tell them, first of all, if it's a book, a play, or what it is.
Oh, it's a film. It's a film, actually.
And do your charade now, please.
Right, it's sort of all of a piece, really, isn't it? It's,
How many? In 2 words.
2 words, but it's all of a piece. The whole thing.
Hello, folks. Hello, folks.
I've had a bad leg. Let's all dress up as gypsies. You can't get the wood, you know.
Excuse me, Mr. Seacombe. Mr. Seacombe, I think you ought to have a bath.
What? Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, and geese.
This is Ingmar Bergman's classic Wild Raspberries.
Goon.
Not quite, no.
Goon gone?
No.
Goon.
That radio gone mad.
Mr. Seacombe had to have a wash, didn't he? He was...
Seacombe here.
Seacombe,
Scarlet Pimpernel.
Goon
Apricot.
washing. Gone fishing. Goon gone.
They're awfully near, Graham, aren't they? Awfully near.
Can we separate them?
Oh, there was a strange film with Anthony Steele before he stiffened up completely.
I don't remember that.
Harry Black. Harry Black.
No.
Harry Curry. No.
Harry's getting warmer.
Harry Dirty. No.
Very good, and it's your turn to do a charade now, and the board's coming on to say what Tim and Willie's charade is, and those of you listening at home will hear the voice tell you.
And Tim and Willie's charade is Dear Octopus. Dear Octopus.
Will you tell Graham and Barry if that's a play or a film or a book or anything?
To our knowledge, it's a play. I don't think there's been a film, has there? No.
Play.
It's a play.
Play.
What's it called?
You don't tell us to spell it.
You nearly caught me. No, it's not. It's 2 words. It's a play, 2 words, and we will do a small charade for you with both the words sort of in it.
Yeah.
Ready, Willie?
Yes.
Well, I'm not. Bristol leg, sir.
That leg, please. And that one. Oh, and those 3 over there.
That be all, sir?
Oh, throw in a couple more.
Right, that'll be £47.35p.
Great powers!
That's really told them, isn't it?
Well, no, it's a giveaway. It did give away. Chicken. Chicken leg.
Calling me chicken.
Anything to do with... No, it's obviously not to do with chicken. Due to the lack of hand upon hand. Not chicken, it's legs. Legs 11.
Legs 12.
I thought it was
Getting cold.
Legs.
Legs is obviously...
well, yes. It is, isn't it? Of the essence.
Yeah.
A play with legs in it. I don't care what it is.
Pyjama top.
Pyjama top.
You went too far with legs 12, I'll tell you.
Is it sort of a pun, a play on words? The
Legs
use of
11.
the word legs.
Legs 10.
Yeah.
Legs.
No, it's not. That's a
Legs
clue.
9.
Legs aren't on the card.
What?
Legs are not on the card.
No.
But they
For
are.
one very good reason. There isn't a card.
They are. Legs. They are germane to the Greer. Legs.
Yeah, there's a man who comes in and he ordered... How many legs did he order then?
Very good question.
35.
They had 3 legs.
What?
We have an audience
bless
of
you.
innumerates.
Will the audience please shout? 35.
8 legs.
38 legs.
No, he ordered 8 legs.
8.
Yeah, 8
It
legs.
cost £47.35 new feet.
47 pounds. No good at division, that's not the thing.
You don't have to divide it. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
A lot. There's a lot come into it.
You don't need to clap the clues, you know.
I wish that gentleman with the lovely laugh would move about a bit.
Rummage among your octopids.
Octopus. Expensive octopus.
Yeah.
Yes?
But a wit away from dear octopus.
Yeah. £47
By
quid.
Dodie
Quite
Smith.
obvious.
I get terrified of silence on radio.
Quite obvious from the response to that everybody would like to play another round of that particular charade game. So, Graham and Barry, it's your turn to do another charade now.
And Graham and Barry's next charade is Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera.
Having looked at the board, Barry, will you tell
Yes,
the
I have.
opposing team whether it's a play or a film or what?
To our knowledge, it's just a film. I'm not sure about that. Graham disagrees. Book, thank you very much. Gentleman in the front row, who wins a colour television. See them later.
Was it the book of the film or the film of the book, though?
Will you please do your... sorry.
How many words?
Please do your
4.
charade.
4.
Yep.
4?
Well,
Right, here comes the charade. We're doing them all at once, you know, not messing about. It's just the whole thing. Go. Tell me, Tom, what do you really like?
Well, Eamon, I'm very keen on La Boheme, Manuel Lescott, Tosca, the old Barber, of course, you know, like the old Barber, full of goodies, and Ada. I like Ada very much indeed.
rarely away from the garden, nothing personal, and I just wallow in all of it, really. I mean, I can't have enough of it, you know. Good heavens. Good Lord. I'm going now, eh?
Oh, Lord, I thought you'd gone.
Is that my coat over there? Thank you for that applause.
A little-known film called The Git in the Classes. Opera, has that got anything to do with it?
Oh, dear. Phantom! On the opera.
And for giving your answer in inverse proportion to the length of time it took them to do their charade, I award you 100 points. And it's your turn, Tim and Willie, to do a final charade on your side. Here once again is the board enabling our audience to applaud.
And this time Tim and Willie's charade is How Green Was My Valley? How green was my valley?
And the voice has told you at home. So, will you tell Graham and Barry if it's a play or a film or a book or a what?
Book, play and film. I've only seen the film, but that may not be a clue. There's a book as well, isn't it?
No idea.
Oh, that's another clue.
How many words? How many words?
5. Okay. Oh, what ho, Jeeves? You're looking a bit off colour.
I've been feeling a little queer, sir.
Oh, that would explain it.
Barry and Graham, will you try and guess the answer to...
Does Woodhouse have any, No.
No, what a pretty idea,
though. Butler. Thank you.
Butler.
Butler.
Jeeves, butler, servant, footman.
What the butler saw.
Footman, tweenie.
It isn't butler.
No.
The operative word.
No. He's retired now.
He needs 5 words.
Feeling a little queer got anything to do with it? Anything at all?
That's very
Yes.
colour, in a funny sort of way.
Yes, you're looking a bit off colour.
Oh, a ripple.
Does a colour feature in the title? The Red Butler. No. The blue, black,
green. Green 5 words.
How green was my valley?
And having come to the end of another series of charades, 8-week series of charades, we come on to a new game. Now, in this round we're going to play the game that's called hide and seek. And for this, Willie Rushton is going to hide, and the other panelists will count up to 10, shout coming, and then see if they can find it. The audience can help again this time by telling them when they're warm. So you 3, start counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Coming!
Ready or not?
Ready or not?
Here we go.
Willie, wherever you are, will you shout cooey?
Cooey.
There he is.
Found him! Found him!
That set radio back 30 years.
Peaked.
Only a little.
Which leaves us absolutely nothing for it but to go on hastily to the next round, which is the one we call ad-lib poem. Here's another poem coming up. Everybody knows now how this goes. The team make up a poem. Each member must keep going until I press the buzzer, and then, all that business. And they take over from each other. And I have to say that we have had a lot of complaints from listeners about the degree of lewdness which has crept into this round over the weeks. In order to help you fall into the pitfalls that I've been describing, I'm going to give you not only the opening line, but the opening line and a half, which should make it easier. And Willie Rush... No, he's not.
No.
Graham Garden is going to start this one off. Graham, and your line and a half that you have to complete to get the poem underway is as follows. A vision of loveliness she was, shaped like an hourglass, 52 inches round the chest,
52 inches round the chest. But the rest of her was a farce. She had a comely figure, some would say, and others not. Personally, I found the chest a bit much, but I was fairly attached to her bot. She was a funny lady, a governess of note.
When I say governess, I mean a lady who runs the tote. Pathetic.
Nurse.
Nurse, I want to go to bed again. When I say the tote, that's the place where you bet on horses. Oh, thank goodness.
At race courses, they are found. Oh, yes, I said race courses. You bet upon a horse, you see. You place a wager there.
On the horse that you most fancy. I say the colour of its hair, the way it looks, the way it sports when wandering round the paddock.
Or then again, you might go home and have a nice plate of boiled haddock. Now, haddock is a cunning fish, as anglers all do know. For if you try and bait your hook with worm or slug or dough and drop it in the briny deep, a haddock for to catch. It's good, that wasn't it?
Excellent. Wish I'd stayed awake for
With
it.
luck, you might catch one, or more luck, a batch. Of haddock I am talking of. In words so strange and puerile.
Don't, don't. But haddocks, they're a canny fish to fry, or even to stew while you are awaiting for the pan to sizzle. When you fancy a tasty meal, in sunshine or in drizzle, you sit at home, your buds salivate, you think, oh, what a nosh.
When it comes to horse racing, haddocks will not wash. To put your money on a fish, in, say, the National or the Derby. You don't remember an actress whose name is Fanny Carby? Wholly incidental, but she doesn't bet on fish.
But haddock fans will be glad to hear about another dish. Anyway, that's by the way. And back to fishy things. Imagine you are out at sea.
Wearing water wings. And suddenly a swordfish comes and pierces wings so fast. You try to swim to shore, fortunately clinging to a mast. The mast has come from yonder ship, a ship I spy afar.
But I've just had a thought that did occur a few moments when I stood outside the door ajar. Those who say you can't bet on fish, I beg and plead that you hark. If you can't bet on fish, then how can you explain Haydock Park?
Well, Barry, that makes you the outright winner of that round. We go on to the blues, where each team will give the other a topic for a blues, which they then improvise, making up the words, especially those of the first line, completely out of their heads. Accompanied by Colin Sell at the piano, who hasn't done much in this round, but don't worry, because the Musicians' Union rate includes danger money and a pension for premature old age. Tim and Willie, you're going to sing first, and therefore, Graham and Barry, will you give them a subject?
Yes. Well, we thought it might be quite droll to say the Telly Savalas blues.
Say it.
Telly Savalas. Shall I wake up the Oh! This will come as no surprise to some of you. I woke up this morning thinking a blues about boring, balding Telly Savalas. Oh, that's a hard one.
I'd rather sing a blues about Grace Kelly. I hope you'll beg my pardon.
During the Grand Prix de Monte Carlo, she said,
Ooh, your Prince Harris at the bottom of our gun.
Yes, very good. Graham and Barry, your turn to sing now, and Tim and Willie, you'll give them their topic, please.
Yes. Je sans frontières.
Oui. Thank you.
Oui.
Je me reviens ce matin et je joue je sans frontières. Encore une fois, bis, bis. Je me réveille ce matin et je joue je sans frontières. And if you can't understand that, I'll get Eddie Waring to translate.
Hello, can do
Good heavens, Eddie!
Which leaves us with not a moment to spare at the last round, which is where I sit back and enjoy the team's various suggestions for the late arrivals at the Estate Agents Ball.
Here come the Zumpings and their whopping great son Garth Zumping.
Very welcome, please, Mr. and Mrs. Detached, and their son Sammy Detached.
Mr. and Mrs. Joining and their son Gary Joining.
Mr. and Mrs. Cottages and their son Terry's Cottages, with of course many possibilities.
Kindly restrain your contempt for Mr. and Mrs. Two Down and their idiot son Twerp Two Down.
Hot from Ethiopia, not surprisingly. Mr. and Mrs. Desirable Residents and their son Highly Desirable.
A visitor from the Builders' Ball.
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Bilton and their son Jerry.
Mr. and Mrs. Ningroom and their daughter Di.
I need the tin rooms and their daughter Betsy tin room.
Mr. and Mrs. Sing South and their comely daughter Faye, known to us all as Desirable Sight Faye Sing South.
Silence, please, for Mr. and Mrs. Sitters Fees That You Always Forget and their son Solly Sitters Fees That You Always Forget.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, in
Will you
response...
also withhold your right of veto? And welcome Mr. and Mrs. O'Paintal Put It Right. And their son Alec O'Paintal Put It Right. That's the one.
In response to despairing glances from the teams, ladies and gentlemen, the moment when I wind up the programme.
Welcome, please, will you, Mr. and Mrs. Property That Will Suit You Perfectly. There's one born every minute. And their son, Either Property That Will Suit You. And also, while you're in the mood, which I can see you're not, please raise both your hands and clap Mr. and Mrs. Eel for couple with children, and their daughter Ida Eel for couple with children.
At which point...
And will you also welcome
A little
Mr. and
rundown.
Mrs. Doze, and their daughter from the continent, French Win.
In response to despairing glances from the audience, time really has come for me to wind up the programme this week. We shall see you again next week, so from all of us, goodbye.
Barry Pryor, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke Taylor and William Rushton were being given Silly Things to Do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by Simon Brett.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. This is the intellectual version of Mastermind, in which I'm joined by two teams and I try to pick their brains, their pockets, their fingers and anything else that's tricky, until I come up with something interesting. And today I'm joined by Willie Rushton and Tim Brooke-Taylor on my right, Barry Cryer and Graham Garden on my left. And we start with a game called Last Thing I Remember. This is a variation on the game Famous Last Words, and I shall be asking the teams for the last thing they remember before being totally incapacitated. The winner will be the one with the most marks or bruises. We'll start with you, Willie Rushton.
The last thing I remember is Mrs. Thatcher standing on top of Sir Geoffrey Howe at Heathrow Airport, waving a bit of paper and shouting, "Peace in our time."
Right. Graham Garden.
The last thing I remember was saying yes to cruise. No. The last thing I remember was applying to be Debbie Harry's stand-in for a video nasty.
Tim. The last thing I remember is saying, "Now look here, British soccer fans travelling to Europe, I want to appeal to your better nature."
Barry.
Last thing I remember was saying to giant haystacks, "It is fixed, isn't it?" I once lost my cat, Adolf, in Golders Green and went out shouting for him. Blacked out shortly after.
The last words of famous last words of Mickey Mouse were apparently, "Hi there, Pluto. My word, you do look hungry."
Okay, well, we go on now to the point where I flick through yellow pages and the teams stop me, and from the page at which it opens, I choose the profession for which the teams will provide the appropriate guests of the ball at the end of the program. So you stop me now. Barry, you can stop me this time.
Let's have an early one. There.
Right. And it stops at, if you want to check at home, at page 160, 161.
That's an early one.
Which gives us a wide choice, in fact. We've got ear piercing, edible oils and fats, eel fisheries, electrical supplies. Should we go for that one? Make it easy for you and call it Electricians. And we hurry along now to a game which is very familiar to all our listeners. It's called Calypso Stroke Blues. You have a choice here, teams. It's a round when each team has to improvise a calypso or a blues, with the members of each team taking alternate lines, and assistance, of course, is provided by Colin Sell at the piano. And we'll ask the one team to give the other team its subject. So, Graham and Barry, will you give Tim and Willie their subject?
The Mary Whitehouse Calypso, please.
Oh, dearie. Oh, Willie. I saw Mary Whitehouse the other day. She appeared to be in the family way. How she got like that cannot be repeated. But it must have been the result of an expletive deleted.
I think that's worth 15. And we'll go on to ask Tim and Willie to give Graham and Barry their subject.
We'd like them to sing a blues.
Yes, high time
they had a blues back on the programme. Russell Grant. I like it.
Woke up this morning. Oh, what was the first thing I did see? What was the first thing that you did? I did see. Well, it was Russell Grant. Roly-poly, lovable, and cuddly. Oh, yeah. Just one thing that bothered me. He was not on the TV.
Thank you, teams. And now the game called Word for Word. In this round, one of the members of a team says a word, and his partner must say another word totally unconnected with the first, and so on. And the other team may challenge and try and prove a connection. And the teams, you'll score 1 mark per word until a correct challenge when the challenging side takes over. And we'll have 2 rounds each side so that each player has started a round. How about that? So if you'll start now. Tim.
Margarine.
Hat.
Organism.
Egg cup.
Goat.
Challenge from Barry.
The connection between organism and egg cup is too obvious to even state. I'm surprised they fell into that trap.
State it, state it.
State it. We wish statements.
Nothing's too simple for our listener.
They're both identical except for the organism.
Okay, I'll accept that, Barry. Will you start for your side?
Ledge.
Window.
Challenge from Tim.
Sorry, I buzzed by mistake.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I won't penalise you this time.
Sill.
Wallaby.
Oof. Challenge from Tim.
If you hopped off a sill, you'd commit suicide. Like a wallaby.
Like a wallaby?
Like a wallaby.
Nurse. The wallabies do belong to the lemming family. And are constantly going over the top, out of windows, anything, tops of buildings.
Okay, I'll accept that. Willie, go ahead.
Wallaby.
Ear hole.
Challenge from Barry.
Were you at the same party I was? No, I was just checking. Sorry.
Chest expander.
Tortoise.
Iceberg.
No. Challenge from Barry.
The Titanic's pet tortoise, a legend. Connection is obvious. The tortoise.
Yes, go ahead.
It was dancing to Nearer My God to Thee as the Titanic went down. It floated. Well, it survived. It floated across the shell.
Yeah.
Remember the air pocket in the shell.
Remember its name?
No, I can't remember its name.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that, but our audience confirms that you're right. So you have started a round, haven't you? So you can start another one. Barry.
Never paid for one. I wish that was funny.
Well, really. Bench.
Focus.
Tripod.
Lens.
Oh, what? Challenge from Tim.
Well, I tend to put cameras on tripods and focus. Sorry to take this so
Bit
seriously.
tenuous, isn't it?
All right, Tim, I accept that. Will you
That's
start?
a very broad reading of the rules.
Yes.
Ectoplasm.
Don't get shirty.
Juggernaut.
Moribund.
Challenge from Barry Cryer.
Moribund, one of the chief manufacturers of juggernauts in this country. Kosher juggernauts. Bit off the exhaust. It's obvious. It's obvious.
Brother Cummer.
Not obvious to me. Carry on, Tim. You're winning, so it's of no great importance, but carry on.
Well, I won't bother then, I don't think.
All right, and we go on to the next game. And this is a game called Paranoia. Now, listen carefully. Team A decides that there is something wrong with Team B, and Team B have to guess what is wrong with themselves by asking questions. Team A reply in a manner appropriate to Team B's affliction. And the aim is to make the members of Team B paranoid and leave the studio twitching. So, Graham and Barry's affliction is going up now on the audience computerized board. And here's a mystery voice to tell you at home.
Graham and Barry think they're members of the SDP.
So, Graham and Barry, will you start now to quiz Tim and Willie to find out what's wrong with you?
Is it wrong with us both as an entity or as separate individuals?
Both. I think you probably find it hard to come to a decision on that.
Yes.
Politics?
Very good.
Well.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't say so myself.
Low-rated politician. We think we are some body.
A sort of body, but...
we belong to somebody.
I don't know, do you?
Yes, you are under that impression.
SDP?
Yes.
Absolutely right. I thought you'd have got more applause from the audience, but it didn't.
The audience is the entire membership of the FT.
Now, Tim and Willie's affliction is going up on the board, and here it is for you at home.
Tim and Willie have herpes.
Tim and Willie think they've been caught short.
Right, it's flashed up on the board now. Tim and Willie, will you start questioning Graham and Barry?
Are we both paranoid about this?
No. You carry on.
We both think we're boring.
No, don't.
I'm boring about it.
Let's not stay here talking about that.
I give up. I give up. I wish you hadn't.
No, don't worry about us. No, you carry on.
We're hogging the programme.
No. Well, I'll get later if you want, but you...
When you come back.
Yes.
We're not here.
Well, if you
got any sense.
Yes.
We're both cursed with appalling conditions of the bowel.
That's another way of saying it, isn't it?
That's a paraphrase, yes.
It's a paraphrase. Would you like to try and get a bit closer?
I don't know, I'm just getting over it myself.
I wouldn't like to get closer if he's really got it. We've got the squits.
Well, actually, my card doesn't put it in such a...
Some gastric condition?
No, it puts it more delicately, but I think we'll allow that one. And that is that Tim and Willie think they've been caught short. Here's the round called Sounds Peculiar. I'm going to play in a few bizarre sound effects, and I want you to tell me what you think they are, teams. We're going to start with you, Tim, and here's your sound effect coming up now.
That is Her Gracious Majesty the Queen knighting Willie Hamilton.
I think it'd be a nice idea if we could hear the sound effect again after the answer, just to see how accurate they are. Tim, that was very close. Can we hear Tim's sound effect again, please?
Could conceivably be John McEnroe having a small disagreement with a linesman.
Okay, now Barry, here's your sound effect.
Trappist monks falling off a tandem. Or Norman Tebbit trying to make a U-turn.
Sounded like Long John Tebbit.
Let's just hear it again. Yeah?
Yes.
Right, okay. Willie Rushton, sound effect coming up for you.
It's too obvious to say it was Steve Davis enjoying a knock-up at the Crucible. I think it's actually one of the quieter moments at Bernard Manning's Medical.
Let's hear it again and see how close you were. Right, well done, Willie. Graham Garden, here's a sound effect coming up for you.
That's the birth of the blues.
It is indeed. Let's hear it again.
Sounded more like a conception of the blues.
Crumpet voluntary.
Okay. We've got a couple of spare ones here, so we'll go back to you, Tim, and Willie, you can contribute to this if you like. Let's hear this next one.
That's a very silly Japanese actor standing on the wrong spot in a Volkswagen commercial. I think.
Let's hear it again. I think you're right. Let's hear it.
Dean Martin's Bar Mitzvah.
Okay. Barry, here's another one for you.
Oh.
you are, Hump.
Raspberry tart? Gypsy Rose Vindaloo, I think.
Now, we have a new game now. It's called one-handed tie-tying. Team members will now attempt to tie a tie using only one hand, and the winner will be the one that gets furthest in the time available, 5 hours. I'm afraid that anyone who accidentally strangles himself will be disqualified. All the teams have ties, as you can see.
Why does Tim have a particularly loud one?
Listeners can probably hear.
Radio favoritism.
It's got
Okay,
no
teams,
narrow
you ready?
end. Not BBC.
One hand only.
Oh, right.
Start now.
Oh! This is how I remember radio. Nice music and the sounds of ties being tied in one hand.
Didn't it hang his ring buttoned?
Ages ago. I never tied very tight.
I'll now adjudicate the ties. That's a good one from Willie Rushton. Tim, that looks as though it's about to come undone at any minute.
No.
Graham Garden actually finished first, but there's a little bit sort of flapping about in the front there.
Oh.
For which you'll be disqualified. Yes, you see, it's come undone.
People would mention it
Barry,
in polite society.
Barry, I'm afraid that's pathetic.
A certain warmth.
Nevertheless, you win. And we go on to the round. We'll go on now to play another round of the popular game Bordeaux. Everybody knows the rules of this game. And Graham, we ended with you last time. So it's Tim, your turn to throw the dice.
I've got a 6, Hump, so I can throw again. I've got a 6 again, so I can throw. Oh, I've got a 6 again. It's riveting.
This game is visually entertaining.
I'll just flip the yellow paper.
So that's 3. Pick up a card. You are a crack shot and you have just bagged a brace of pheasant. Pick another card. Congratulations on hitting the pheasant, but next time you miss a turn.
Oh,
that's very unfair.
joke there. Barry, your turn to throw.
Oh, double 3. Go backwards, throw again. 6. Oh, red square. You can take a card or revolve. I'll take a card. You are trapped in a lift with the Nolans. Turn Catholic.
Willie Rushton.
3. Take card. You are doomed. You are paired in a 3-legged race round the world with Chris Tarrant. Do not pass water.
Graham Garden.
Right, here we go. 7. And 9. Right. So I go 2 square. It's a bit unfair. Listeners at home probably don't know that they've got their little, the top hat and the little racing car, and Barry's counter is the truss, but I've still got the Sydney Opera House to move forward 2 spaces. Here we go. What do we landed on? Green square. Go back 97 spaces. Here's a hand, Barry.
Oh, give me the truss.
And while Graham completes his move,
Fade.
we'll go on to the next round, which is the round called Fixing a Date. The aim of this is to fix a date for the next recording of this show. Pay no attention. The winner is the first person to come up with one that the others can make. Starting with you, Tim.
February the 14th.
Sorry, I can't do that one.
That doesn't matter. Well, I'll just throw in June the 9th.
84?
Yes. All 5.
They're both out for me. I'm out that year.
May the 6th, I'm free. May the 6th, any good?
No, I'm having the cat fixed that day.
I can't make May the 6th. I'm fixing a cat.
So we'll cut that right out and move on. 7th.
Seems
Day after
silly
the
to fix
cat.
the date.
No, can't do the 7th. I'm going on a sexual assault course at the Joan Collins Adventure Playground. I'm also out for the week after that.
She's double booked again.
June the 11th. Any good?
That's okay for me.
Afternoon.
That's okay for me.
That's okay for Tim?
Afternoon. I'm massaging Willie in the morning after the Joan Collins experience. The 11th.
Yeah. No, I'm fasting.
Oh, so you are.
Well, 12th then, next day.
No, I'm eating.
I'm going to suggest December the 25th.
December the 25th is okay for me, so can we...
That's
go
all
with that,
right.
Barry?
December 25th, that's all right for
25th's
me.
all right for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that's all right.
Okay, we've got that fixed. And Willie won that round. Now we come to the point where I ask the teams for their announcements to the late arrivals at the Electricians Ball.
Crumbs.
Mr. and Mrs. Ear and their son Percy Ear. Oh, you said we weren't allowed to do pierced ears. No. Oh, Percy Ear. Fair enough.
Very good, that.
Yes.
John Travoltage. With his flash dance. Wrong film, right subject.
There's Sherlock Holmes.
There's Megawatt and her murderous husband, Kilowatt. Bit of a shock to see him here.
Wire Terp.
He's come with Circuit Breaker, hasn't he?
Yes, indeed.
Tiny circuit breaker. The short circuit.
Hello, men. I don't know why I said that. I was looking around sort of bowl, but I thought, oh, that's all right.
Will you welcome from France, please, Monsieur Am and his father, Ampere.
Oh, well. Bearing a strange similarity to Count Dracula the Empire with his bat Uri.
Amanda Fuse.
There's Mr. and Mrs. Dwat Bulb. Their son, Andrew Dwat Bulb. Think about it.
And his friend Boy George, who's AC or DC. What would we do without him? But we're trying. There's that bright spark, Ronnie Corbett. He's just had a short.
He's a bit of a live wire.
Don't pile on the agony.
I suppose the Ode family, do they come in under electricals?
Let's hear them.
Anode, cathode and diode.
We're going to sing some current numbers.
Oh, look at the electricians out there. They're on their way to Heathrow. The sparks are certainly flying tonight.
The film on the plane is The First of the Fuse.
The first of it.
I thought
Is
that
that
was
right?
brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
You got
Thank
10
you.
marks, Barry.
Thank you.
I'd help you, but we're on gas.
I think we've reached the point where I have to cut off this.
Mr. and Mrs. Tricklefault and their son Alec.
Arriving in a Volkswagen. There's Morris tucking in there. He's known to us as Dynamo.
He's ever ready.
Have you noticed with those new patent batteries, they don't sort of go off gently. They suddenly cut off like that, which is what I'm going to do. From all of us, good night.
Barry Cryer, Graham Garden, Tim Brooke Taylor and Willie Rushton were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by Paul Mayhew Archer.